race number 4 in our championship mode. As you can see, we qualified P2 with Kyle Busch right beside us, but he kind of gives me a little bit of trouble there on the takeoff. We got 41 laps, 3 stages. There's 9 laps in stage 1, 9 laps in stage 2, and stage 3 is a long 20 lap, 3 times wear, expert mode, as hard as you can get the AI. Right now, car is a little bit tight, trying to just get away from Kyle Busch because he has been so dominant after our win at Daytona. We got to Atlanta and qualified up front towards the front, and he just could not touch him. We had 29.1 set up in there, but it was really, really, really fast. You can see he's trying to hug that bottom in turn 3 as best that you can, float it up to the wall, get back on the gas. Kyle Busch is still lurking back there. I like taking the little shortcut to the dog leg, but this is a really important corner. If you miss this corner at ISM, your whole lap's ruined. See, I kind of slide high there. That is not what you want to do. You want to keep it as low as to the bottom where you're almost going on pit road. You get a really, really good launch. Still maintaining the lead as right now Kyle Busch has kind of fell off a little bit. Surprised me. First time that I've actually led some laps all season on this expert mode. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought I'd throw my custom setup in there and just boogie down, but right now it's holding on nice, but later on in the race we'll see what happens. As we're kind of walking away from the field a little bit here. This is a 25-6 setup. I just ran the esports the other night with it, finished 17th place in A. I will be giving you guys a setup at the end of the race along with Xfinity ISM custom setup, because that's today's esports race. So maybe I can help you guys out. Really hitting turn 3 right now, backing it off a little bit, not touching the wall, getting a good run as we're coming to lap 6. We're going to 3 to go to the end of the stage. Right now with Kyle Busch having the points lead and more playoff points than I do, every playoff point's going to count. As I'm getting a little bit loose off with that 3 times wear, them right sides start wearing really, really, really fast. Coming to 2 to go here at the line, and we've managed to keep our gap on Kyle Busch pretty nice there. We're running a consistent 25.7, 25.8. Was not able to hit the times that I was able to hit esports, probably because I wasn't catching a draft, but I was hitting 25.6 with this setup the other night in esports. Was in Red's lobby, was maybe a 10th off. Really good setup. I use Red 4424 setups, and I kind of mix them, change them up a little for my liking, because everybody has a different driving style. As you can see, that's the way I like running turn 3 and 4, getting up underneath that yellow line, but my car's still pushing a little tight, coming out of 4. We're fixing to be coming to 1 to go to the end of the stage at ISM, race number 4 in our championship mode. Every point's going to count. You can see it's getting really loose, but we have managed to hang on to the win for stage 1 at ISM. With 3 times wear here, I'm only down to about 89, 87 on my right sides. So I stay out right here because no one else pits. I'm figuring 3 times wear would have been a little more than that. But you see Matty D, he's right there looking good. That's our teammate. As we're riding a 52 Pro Core, he's riding a 95. I made myself a teammate with him, even though I am using a Ford, because I am a part of Canuck Racing, and I have to use a Ford for that in the Giggity Racing League. But here we go back to green in stage 2, lap 12 of 43. Great takeoff again. At this point, I'm really thinking, man, I loosened it up a little because it was a little tight, but I'm really thinking I might lead every lap of this race, but we still got a long ways to go. We're only on lap 12 of 43. As you can see, the AI does not like to cut that dog leg, and I think that had a lot with me to do with me holding on out front here in stage 1 and most of stage 2. But Kyle is really all season been really strong, and that M&M's Toyota, he is just Joe Gibbs Toyotas have been fantastic all year long. So I'm trying to lead as many laps as I can, because I have not done much leading. I've led a few laps, but it is really hard when you got the AI set as high as I do. It is not easy, especially on 3 times wear. As you can see, my tires are starting to already get, as we make contact with the inside wall. That's going to get Kyle right up there on our bumper. Not how you want to cut that wall in turn 1 really, really close, but you do not want to hit it. That will mess you up tremendously. You can see, get a big run coming out of turn 4, just trying to stay in front of Kyle, because I know once he gets out ahead, it will be tough to get past him. We're on lap 16, a 43rd. We are still out front. Kyle has not had nothing for us yet in race 4, even though he is the points leader. It's going to be a long championship season. As you can see, I make contact with the wall up there. Really, really, tires are starting to wear now. The 3 times, really tough. Got Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch right there, just right down my throat, waiting for me to make a mistake. As you can hear them tires squeal. Like I said, I believe my success in stage 1 and 2 was due to me cutting that apron, or the corner there. I noticed the AI does not do it much. Me, I do it all the time. Like I said, this setup I'm going to give you guys, I've hit a 25.6. I can even go and show you guys. There's like a 25.627, but that was the other night in esports. Was not able to hit that time in championship mode. My fastest lap, I believe, was my qualifying lap, which put me up on 2nd place with a 25.702. But Kyle is really fighting hard, as I believe we're coming to the end of stage 2 now. He's really got back up there. We're either coming to 1 to go or to the end. He's been really strong all year. Kevin Harvick's been right there too in top 5, as I believe this is our white lap flag right here, as we are almost at halfway point, lap 20 of 43. Kyle Busch is really staring. I got a little tight, had to let off the throttle, which opens the door for Kyle Busch on the bottom, and he is going to take advantage. I kind of get a little bit of contact, come down into him, and make a little contact with Denny Hamlin. Not meant to, but that's going to cost me a lot of positions, as now we're on the white flag to stage 2. Sorry guys, lap 20 of 43. Got Matty D and Martin Truex looking low. We're still holding on to 5th, because we are trying to get every point on Kyle Busch at this point. As matters, I know it's early in the season, but he has been really dominant. These guys do not play when they're set up on 105 speed rating. They're really hard, and that's the end of stage 2. We actually get around Kyle Busch there. So that's going to leave us with about 20 to go in stage 3, and we're going to end up starting off 4th. I really was trying hard to get to the 3rd place position, because I like starting on the inside of ISM, because you can cut the tunnel turn there, or the trial, I guess, at ISM. But this is what surprised me. I come in, I'm sitting at like 70-something% on my right sides right now, and I say, hey, I want 4 tires. But as y'all are fixing to see in just a minute, that may not be the call, as it sent me all the way back in 40th place. The guys in front of me, apparently their tires wear way better than mine on 3 times wear. I have it set to where they're supposed to wear the same as me, but apparently they know how to save them. So we're going to see if we can come from 40th spot back to the front, where we've been all day. It is going to be a mission. As you can see, I'm kind of just taking it in there easy. I don't want to make enemies on the track. I'm trying to do this the real, like, if my car, if I had to pay for the damages, and I'm a broke man right now, so I'm trying to keep this car as clean as possible. You run down there below the apron, sometimes you really get a really, really nice, on 3 and 4, you get that Geico, it kind of turns your car, where you really can use your throttle to steer, you know. Right now I'm being really easy on the throttle. so much traffic, hard to pass here at ISM. Even on 2 tires, these cars are still going really fast. You can hear I had to lock up the brakes right there for the 21. We got Brendan Gaughan in 23rd with Eric Almirola. I really believe if the AI would cut the tri-oval, or not the trial, I guess, yeah, it is a tri-oval at ISM, they would get the same lap times as me, but they don't. They stay up high, but I'm still in 23rd after winning stage 1 and stage 2. Had to lock them up to not wreck Tyler Reddick, as I'm under the 32 car of Corey LaJoie right now. We really got our hands full trying to get back to the front, as it's lap 27 of 43, fixing to be coming to around 15 to go. Tires are already on 3 times wear, starting to fade a little bit, as we got Eric Jones right in front of us battling for 20th. I have to lock him up again so I don't wreck Buescher, lock him up twice so I don't wreck Buescher, and get back on the gas. As we can see, Mr. 7-time Jimmy Johnson, he qualified in the top 5, but he is all the way back in 18th place or 17th place. And we're going to try to make quick work of him, because the leaders are really taking off on us now. Them only taking 2 tires or no tires at the end of stage 3. I don't know how they did it, but I mean, they were just running super fast laps, because I'm still running 25.8s, 25.9s, and I'm barely making any ground up here. We're coming up on Daniel Suarez and 13 to go. Let's see if we got anything for these leaders. It's, like I said, we're trying to run as clean as possible. The setup I'm going to give you guys, it worked out pretty well on 40 laps, but there's a few things I might do to the cambers. You see how it's breaking loose right there. For a league race, I would change the camber up a little bit, and we'll go over that when we go over the setup. And since today's esports is Xfinity at ISM, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my Xfinity ISM setup as well. Maybe that'll help you guys. Last time we ran there, I was pretty fast. It's a 105 speed rating. So we have worked our way up to 15th place, having to start dead last after leading all the laps of stage 1 and 2. I take 4 tires, they take 2 or none, and we have got our hands full here with 12 to go. I'm not catching these guys the way I thought I would with throwing fresh tires. Joey Logano, really strong all season. He's in the top 5 in points, so I'm being really careful as I have to lock him up to not make contact with Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott. Do not want to, wreck anybody. As there's Kurt Busch, Brian Blaney, guys that we really hadn't had to battle with all day because of stage 1 and 2. With that P2 qualifying effort, we kind of was able to stay out in front of all these guys, but right now we're coming to 11 to go, and I'm thinking, man, it's going to be tough. I'm still in 13th. I've come from 40th to 13th in about 10-12 laps, but there's only 10 to go, and I can see the leaders like 3-4 seconds ahead, and I'm just not making up the time that I want. Kind of push up in the Kurt Busch there. He kind of holds on to it, but Chase is underneath me. I can't get down to the bottom where I want, but I'm going to put it in there anyways. But I'm going to have to pump the brakes to not get up into Alex Bowman. As you can see, we've worked our way up with the points leader. Kyle Busch is on our outside. He has won 2 in a row. That's our main competition. I am just trying to go in front of Kyle right now, which I kind of eat Brian Blaney up a little right there. As we got Ryan Newman in the 6 car ahead of us. But Kyle, as you can see, he knows that me and him are battling for this points lead, and he is going everywhere that I go. Ryan Newman with a really nice crossover right here. I wasn't expecting it. I was trying to get back up underneath him to cross him over, but it really hurt my lap time there. As I'm trying to make as much distance between me and Kyle as possible, because he has about a 7 points lead on me in the championship, but he is not going anywhere. We've made our way up from 40th in the last stage to 6th with 7 to go at the line. We're on lap 36 of 43. These guys right now, I'm sitting here in 6th, and I'm just overdriving really for what my tires are right now. I'm trying to make some space on Kyle Busch and try to get up here with these guys, but I'm really overdriving the corner. As you can see, I need to be down there right next to that wall. That corner entry was really nice. but the tires would not allow me to go as fast as I normally run here. Like I said, this is on 3 times wear. These setups that I'm going to give you, if you run them on 1 times wear or in esports, you're going to like them. I run a 3-year, a little bit different, but like I said, 25.6s is what I did the other night in Cup, and I'm not sure the Xfinity. I just know that I was top 20 in A classes. We get underneath Brad for 5th place. We take away 5th place from Brad, and now we're looking at Martin Truex with 5 to go. But the top 3 is still 2 to 3 seconds ahead, and they only took 2 tires to my 4, but they must be getting way better tire wear than I am, because I thought I would come from the back to the front in a hurry, but I found out, and that is not the case. As you see, I overdrive the corner, have to lock it up. I missed my spot, but we're up to 4th place now with 3 to go. Is there anything that I could do with Matty D? Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin are leaders. Matty D is doing a great job in 3rd place. He's been up there all day, but a guy that really surprised me in this race was Kevin Harvick. He has been in the top 10 all year, but he hasn't really been fighting us in the top 5, but him and Denny are gone up there in 1st and 2nd place, and the 95 of Matty Benedetto is hanging on, but we're coming down to 3 to go, lap 40 of 43, and now I'm just overdriving my car. You can see my wheel is turned totally sideways, my tires are gone. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, how do these guys take no tires or 2 tires and run so fast? Because I'm still running 26 flats right now. And really, 2 to go as we come to the line. I make up maybe a half a second, but I see the traffic up there, which gives me a little hope. But as you can see, I'm still overdriving the corner at ISM. You just kind of want to ease it in there. As I'm getting really loose, off throttle as we're coming to 2 to go at the line, and we're coming back to 4th place. Remember, at Atlanta, we started up front, finished 4th. At Las Vegas, started in, I believe, 3rd and ended up 4th. So 4th place in this 105 Expert Mode Championship run here is, besides our race 1 at Daytona, or win at Daytona and race 1 that I did not air, unfortunately. You know, it's been a tough season, but we're coming to 1 to go at the flag. Matty D is making his way through lap traffic. I'm hoping these guys get caught up a little bit. I get up there, 1 to go. I know that right now I'm just really overdriving the car, trying to make up every spot I can as Denny and Kevin Harvick are battling out for the win with Matty D in 3rd. I am making my way up to 4th with 2 lap cars ahead, and here as we come to the finish line, I spin it out because the tires are going so bad, but we still get to the line in 4th. Barely beat out Kyle and Brad for 4th place, but let's go to these setups here, guys. Let's see here. Matty D actually picked up the win at the line over Kevin Harvick. Awesome to see, because everybody likes Benedetto. We actually made up a little bit of ground on Kyle Busch here in 6th. Let's see, Denny Hamlin 3rd, Brad Keselowski 5th, Chase Elliott 7th. So we'll go down, and let's go check out our point standing before I get you guys these setups. I take back the points lead in race 4. I only have 1 win, but actually me and Kyle are tied. And if you go by wins and playoff points, he's actually still the leader. So me and Kyle Busch are tied points-wise, but the tiebreaker would go to Kyle at the moment. With Brad Keselowski 3rd, Denny Hamlin. Let's see, I believe Benedetto, let's see where he is, because he is locked into the playoffs now in 16th place in the points. That's going to help him, that win. Well, let's get to the setup, guys. All right, our fastest lap, we actually ran the fastest lap, like I said, 25.8, which was not what I was running last night in esports. I was running, or 2 nights ago in esports when we ran our ISM 25.6s here. The same setup I'm going to give you guys. The only thing I'm going to give you guys, tough break. Cody Ware starting 21st, finished 39th. That is tough. Like I said, fastest lap for River, but not great compared to the esports lap. But I changed the cambers out a little bit to make it more of a league race setup than an esports race setup. So let's get to the setup real quick. And like I said, since today is Xfinity ISM, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys that setup as well, since I'm not doing any kind of championship mode in the Xfinity. Next, we're still on the West Coast. We're going to be going out to Auto Club, but that will be in a later video. Let's go and get you guys these setups. Alright, let's get over here. Quick race. Monster Energy. We will just use that car for right now, and let's go down here to ISM. As y'all can see, it's a 105 speed rating. I've won 4 out of 15 races that I've ran online here. It's not a bad setup, like I said. I was only a 10th off of Red, which was like, he was top 5 in A class. He ran a 25.597. I ran a 25.686. So like a 10th, literally. And there's a lot of things you could do with this setup. Like I said, this is my gear setup that I put in it. I like running 3 gears at tracks like this. So, you can try reds and mons and just, you know, try and get it to where it feels good to you. But here, we're going to go into the setup right now, and I'll tell you a few things that you can do to maybe get a little more speed out of it. Y'all can see here the shock settings 5 all the way down. It's ISM. It's not a bumpy track, so bumpy tracks is where them left bumps and left rebounds go from like 7.8, 7.8, 7.8, or you know. But you got a nice track like ISM that's smooth. You run 5s all the way down. These front weight settings, 53.3. It was at 53.5 with my wedge being at 48.0, but I was not getting the speed that I want out of it, so I went down to 53.3 with a 48.2. Another thing I did, on my right front pressure, I went up to, it was at 34, I went up to 35.25 because I was getting really loose on exit. And I went up that 1.5 pounds on the right front, and it stopped that quick. Another thing, these cambers here, these is more of the esports cambers. For a league race, you would probably want to mess with those a little bit. Probably 2.2, negative 1.8. I'm on a wheel, so my wheel lock's a little different. And here, these are my gears. Before, I did have my rear end at a 350. I did go up to a 355 because on corner entry, it's barely hits the chip, and I like that sometimes. So leave it up for a second and give you guys a chance to get it all down. Ooh. Let's see. Now let's go real quick and get y'all the ISM setup for Xfinity for esports today. And I'm going to be doing this whole season. I'm trying to do at least 1 race a day, so we can, I know there's, you know, people that, you know, need setups for Pocono and tracks, you know, Indy. There's tracks that have no setups have been posted. As y'all can see, 105 speed rating, 3 wins in 18 races. But I do a lot of online racing, so it's tough to beat them guys. Let's go over to our Xfinity. ISM, wait, 101 speed rating. I remember the setup being a little better than that. I just may have not put down a good lap because I was in the top 20 at esports. I will put it up there just to give you guys a baseline, something to look at. But if you take that cup setup and make a few adjustments to it, it's going to work for Xfinity. And like I said, on these esports tracks, in my opinion, 3 gears is the way to go. On 4 gears, now if you're in a league race, you might want to think about making 4 gears just so you can get that long run speed. But I've noticed the load time on this game is a little longer, but let's see, here we go. Let's go ahead and get that set up. Like I said, I don't know why it said 101 speed rating, because I remember being very fast. In fact, let's see. There, yeah, that I have not ran this setup actually in an online race. Just that's why the speed rating is not up there. This is a really, really, really fast setup as well for Xfinity. Left front, right front camber, you can mess with those, get them the way you like them. Try to get, you know, take some things off my cup setup and try it in Xfinity. It'd be a really good setup for you at ISM. And race 5 will be coming back to Auto Club, and I got a 105 speed rating there as well, and a good setup for you guys as well. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and from Dirty South Motorsports in affiliation with Canuck Motorsports from the Giggity Racing League. This has been NP Roofer, and we will be doing race 5 of our championship mode with the setup. Maybe tonight, maybe early in the morning. I'll drop it as soon as possible. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's go check out a few stats real quick. Well, never mind. Never mind. I'm just going to read. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And I will have more.